This is Amrita and I welcoming you all on the behalf of Federation of Hospitality and Tourism of Rajasthan. Today, let's talk about Rajasthan's rich heritage, culture and charming landscape and unparalleled backdrop for grand celebrations, offering, leveraging his historic forts, opulent palaces and vibrant tradition. Rajasthan can emerge as one of the most prominent destinations for unforgettable weddings for both domestic and international clientele, which will also boost the tourism of Rajasthan. To proceed further, first I would like to take this moment to express our gratitude for our hospitality and venue partner, Hotel ITC Rajputana and GM Mr. Deepen Rana for his tireless efforts and generous support. To start the evening, I would request our Secretary General, Mr. Viren Singh Shekhawat, to share a few words on this special occasion.
Honored panelists, respected guests, and fellow members from the trade associations and of FHTR. Going by the wishes of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, who had emphasized that more and more weddings be solemnized in India. So taking the cue ahead, this event is being organized and Rajasthan has lots and lots of opportunities. There has been so many weddings which have been earmarked and have been example. So taking the step further, this event is there and the learned panelists are there. Now I would request Sri Kuldeep Singh ji to take the event further. Thank you.
Good evening everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you very, very much for coming such a large number. I think everybody has come whom we have invited. So that's a big thing, so thank you very, very much. And apart from our members from FHTR and HIR, I do see the President and Secretaries of the Global Association, Hotel Federation of Rajasthan, Rajasthan Hotel Operators. Everybody has come from Department of Social Welfare. So thank you so very much. My sincere thanks to the journalists and the team led by Jack sir and the panelists here. Thank you very much. Today we kept this discussion on the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister of Bharat, Shri Narendra Modi ji. In one of his speech, he had said that destination building should take place in India. And also in many of his speeches, if you have noticed, he has emphasized on tourism. So when he says about tourism, that means tourism has a bright future somewhere. And we all do see that. With the new destinations coming up, be it Ayodhya, be it Varanasi, Ujjain, Goa in a big way now, Rajasthan also. So when our Prime Minister is talking about tourism, that means he's talking for us. So we are thankful to him. Having BJP government here and having BJP government in Delhi, we do expect that whenever we need more funds, we'll have the funds here for the development of our new destinations also. Wedding is a big subject. Wedding in India, we all been talking about it, that some film stars have gone abroad to get married and all. But our Prime Minister says that spend your money in India, which is a very, very important thing. One of the journalists just asked me, what is the difference between having marriages here and there? I said, when we have marriages here, we have got so much of opportunities for the youth and for others also, right from a flower vendor to a folk musician to all the big people involved in the weddings also, that they get chance and opportunity to earn, and we also get an opportunity to earn. A lot of employment is generated, state gets a lot of revenue also. So it's a win-win situation for everyone. Now that we have got such an important panel here, and we would like to share their views with us, that they all are into the wedding business, and I do see many wedding event managers and gurus and owners sitting here. Gentleman Rajan Kashyap has just come from Dubai yesterday, I believe so. So I think he's going to have one of the shows there, but I will suggest that don't tell people to go and marry in Dubai. Ask Dubai people to come and marry in Rajasthan. Okay? Thank you. So my first question to you, first of all, I must thank you very much. You brought a revelation in the hotel industry in Rajasthan. With starting with your Giardino in German Palace, which is one of our favorite restaurants, to one after another, you are adding so many hotels to the Taj chain. So, heartiest congratulations and thank you very much from the entire fraternity. Thank you. So, my question to you, what in your opinion makes Rajasthan an attractive destination for weddings?
So I would say that wedding is a big business in India. Wedding is not is the event, but is a celebration of the life. And today the people want to collaborate with the wedding, with the vacation also. I think the theme of this today, our discussion should be the footprint of the past and blueprint for the future. This is where we need to see it that I think we are in midway that we have reached it. As we know that India is a booming economy and is going to increase for the next 10 years by 7 to 8%. When we see that today our contribution only for the wedding to GDP, it is almost about 4.5 billion rupees, which is somewhere about $60 billion. And in near future, which is about 2027, that we're expecting this to increase it, which is about $78 billion. So it is, I think it talks about the kind of opportunity we have it. So therefore, it is important for us to start focusing it. Now, the only irony is about this wedding business is, though our Prime Minister have said the weddings in India, the slot what we have, which is basically primarily is a winter, and basically November and December, where roughly about 3.5 million weddings takes place. So out of the total wedding in India, which about 60% of wedding, the percentage come from that, the 2-month or 3-month slot. Now, it's good to have that we want to have the capitalize on the wedding market, but at the same time we need to strike the balance, is keeping the tourism in mind, because we cannot ignore that the people who is coming from the overseas also. So how do you want to strike the perfect balance between these two segments? I think that's imperative for us. Okay, before we want to move it forward. It's good to have aspirations, but I think aspirations along with this, good to have a future vision also, which is equally important for us. And why Rajasthan is thriving on wedding is, the credit goes to the foundation laid it, a million tourism. Because when you look for the Rajasthan, primarily Goa and Kerala, these are the 3 key destinations of the country. And they've been thriving because the platforms laid on the tourism. So I feel that we need to work both in tandem to keeping the future in mind.
Thank you so very much. Very interesting what you said. The figures we really didn't know that so much of it we are doing. We are having Jaipur, Jodhpur, Udaipur in Rajasthan as the main destinations for weddings and all. Are there any lesser known destinations where are there working, or there are more chances there to go and do the weddings there? Because each pocket can't really afford Jodhpur, Jaisalmer and or Udaipur, but there should be lesser known destinations or smaller destinations also. What would you like to say?
The biggest change which has come now, because the generation of the segment which has come, the millennials, where the average age of the weddings today, it is about 28 to 30 years. So that shows that this market is going to expand not only the cities, the tier 1, but I think that the growth is coming in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So therefore, we are also coming into as the ISCL, as a Taj for the expansion. So we have recently opened the hotel in Jaisalmer, because we want to connect the dots. Suryagarh is fine that having a one, but what happened that to creating a destination you require more inventory, and without having an inventory you cannot create a destination. Connectivity is another issue. So we are completing the circuit. We have completed a circuit like tourism, Delhi, Bombay and Jaipur, Delhi, Agra and Jaipur. Simultaneously we are creating a new destination which is called the Jaipur, Bikaner and Jaisalmer and the Jodhpur. So So everything on the circuit, I think that is the huge development is coming up, and I'm sure very soon we want to announce it shortly, the new destination. Very soon we'll have a Komalgarh, which is also large inventory, with about 200 rooms we're going to open it. So Udaipur, so we are going by the circuit. The immense opportunity we have is I would say that open art gallery, which is Shekhawati. So they'll also be looking for it to come in, creating it. Because today I would say the guests, they're looking for it, especially millennia. They're looking for the Instagram worthy kind of, okay, the places also. And that is making Rajasthan so special. Thank you.
Mahavir sir, what are the Rajasthan's unique selling propositions and capture the attention of weddings and event planners?
I mean, Rajasthan has everything to offer. I mean, from heritage, buildings, forts, palaces, food, dresses, performing arts, music. There's nothing that Rajasthan doesn't have when it comes to bringing a cultural extravaganza, and weddings are one such thing. And I think that's one very good thing. Also the infrastructure. You know, while I'm with Ashokji, with Jaisalmer and Bikaner, you know, the flights have to come. The structural, the tents, decorators, the florists have to come. No one can grow in isolation. If everyone thinks that the hotel industry will grow and the tourism industry will not, or the hotel industry will grow and the decorators will not, it is a myth. So I think all of us have to grow collectively. So I personally feel Rajasthan as a destination is, you know, Goa is just beaches and weather, which Rajasthan is much better. So is Kerala or Kochi for that matter. No one goes for a wedding for an Ayurvedic experience. You know, it's more of a retreat or an offsite. So I think Rajasthan has the right mix, and I totally agree. The weather in the winters is unmatched and unbeatable. We have a great future. It's just a matter of growing steadily, collectively, and scaling up gradually and creating infrastructure around it, rather than just being very over-optimistic and increasing your budgets 30-40% year on year. We have to grow 10-20% year on year, in my opinion.
Thank you so much, Mahavir. Akshay sir, what is your take on building up Rajasthan as a brand Rajasthan and destination venues?
थैंक यू फॉर इन्वाइटिंग मी हियर। सबसे पहले आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, क्योंकि इवेंट मैनेजर्स नॉर्मली इस तरीके के आयोजनों का हिस्सा नहीं होते। आपने बुलाया, उसके लिए आपका धन्यवाद। देखिए, जो ब्रांड राजस्थान की कहानी है वो थोड़ी सी लंबी है। आज जो माहौल हमको दिखता है वो माहौल बहुत मेहनत और बहुत कोशिशों के बाद में क्रिएट हुआ है। डेफिनेटली आज हम उस हालात में हैं, उस पोजीशन में हैं कि हम उसकी यहाँ पे उसकी फसल काट रहे हैं। लेकिन अगर जब हम ब्रांड राजस्थान की बात करते हैं तो मुझे याद आता है कि हमारे राजस्थान के अंदर एक हेरिटेज हवेलीज़ को, फोर्ट्स को, महलों को प्रिक्योर करने की एक पॉलिसी लाए थे हमारे चीफ मिनिस्टर भैरव सिंह शेखावत जी। और उन्होंने उस टाइम पे कुछ किस्म की फैसिलिटीज़ दी थी, कुछ रिबेट्स दिए थे कि आप अपने जो भी ओल्ड पैलेसेस हैं, होटल्स हैं, उनको पैलेसेस हैं, महल हैं, उनको आप होटल में कन्वर्ट कीजिए और आपको कुछ किस्म की फैसिलिटीज़ हासिल होगी। तो वहाँ से ये बिलीव सर कि एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर ऑटोमेटिकली आपके पास तकरीबन 250-300 हेरिटेज वेन्यूज़ का बन गया है। और वो हेरिटेज वेन्यूज़ जो हैं, आज अगर हम वेडिंग के लिए जब हम क्लाइंट से बात करते हैं या किसी लड़की से हम लोग मिलते हैं, तो सबकी जो ख्वाहिश है, सबका जो ख्वाब है, वो यही है कि एक महल में उसकी शादी हो। राजस्थान का जो बिगेस्ट अट्रैक्शन है वो यहाँ का हेरिटेज और पैलेसेस है। तो जब एक बहुत बड़ा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बन गया, गवर्नमेंट का भी उसमें काफ़ी सहयोग रहा, डेफिनेटली जो वेन्यू ओनर्स हैं उनका बहुत ज़्यादा सहयोग रहा। और जब ये कहानी आगे बढ़ी तो हमने शुरुआत में देखा कि ज़्यादातर होटल्स की ख्वाहिश थी कि उनके होटल्स फॉरेनर्स से भरे रहें, गोरे आएँ। मुझे आज भी याद से बहुत से होटल्स थे शुरुआती दिनों में, मेरे बड़ा परहेज़ था उनको शादियों से या हिंदुस्तानी लोगों से। आज मुझे खुशी होती है ये कहने में कि वो लोग दे आर टाइम फॉर वेडिंग्स, वो हमें बुलाते हैं और कहते हैं कि शादी कीजिए हमारे यहाँ पे। क्योंकि जो रूम वो वहाँ पे 7,000 रुपये का बेच रहे थे, वो आज वो 40, 50, 45 हज़ार रुपये का बेच पा रहे हैं। और ये कन्वर्जन क्यों हुआ, ये कन्वर्जन पिछले 15-17 साल में हुआ है। मैं अपनी कम्युनिटी को इसको क्रेडिट देता हूँ। जब से इवेंट मैनेजर सीन में आया, इस सारी कहानी ने कन्वर्ट की सर, क्योंकि मुझे ये कहने में पता ही गुरेज नहीं है कि होटल्स पिछले 50 साल से खड़े हैं, ये महल पिछले 200 साल से खड़े हैं, जो किले हैं, और उनका कन्वर्जन भी बहुत पहले हो गया था। सीन में कौन नहीं था? सीन में इवेंट मैनेजर नहीं था। तो पिछले 15-20 साल से जब से इवेंट मैनेजर ने इसके अंदर पेनेट्रेट किया है, जब से उसने काम करना चालू किया, उसने मार्केट करना चालू किया राजस्थान को, राजस्थान के डेस्टिनेशंस को, तो पूरी कहानी आज आपके सामने है। और अभी भी मेरा यकीन है कि अभी बहुत कम काम हुआ, बहुत ज़्यादा काम किया जाना बाकी है, और बहुत सारी संभावनाएं राजस्थान के अंदर हैं, और इसी तरीके से ब्रांड राजस्थान डेवलप हुआ। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
जब से इवेंट मैनेजर इवेंट कंपनी आई है, इन्होंने लड़की वाले लड़के वालों की लाइफ बहुत आसान कर दी है। सारा आपने संभाल लिया है। हाँ जी, वो लिख दो ये। मनु साहब, tell me what the strategies can Rajasthan adopt to attract more destination weddings from international markets?
Okay, that's a tough one, but I'll try to answer that to the best of my ability. First, what I'd like to actually add, Ashokji was talking about some numbers. Our country has seen 10 million weddings. It is the 4th largest industry in our country. Rajasthan has seen 3 lakh weddings with over 6,600 crores of revenue getting generated last year in 2 months in Jaipur itself. So this is a massive number. The growth in weddings over 2022 to 2023 is 26%. Another important fact that we must remember is the disposable income is increasing for every 28 to 30-year-old in today's time. And with that happening, it's a very interesting fact I was reading when I was told, come into this forum, that 70% of brides and grooms are contributing in some way to the wedding, which means that they play a very, very important role. So if they are adding to their own weddings, they have that propensity to spend more, and obviously with that, there are more and more destinations which are needed, because the Sawa or Saya dates are limited in a year. So talking about international weddings into India, I think especially into Rajasthan, what Rajasthan has, which I've actually experienced twice in my career. This is my second stint. My first stint was in 2005-2006 at the Rambagh Palace, and now I've opened the Novotel Jaipur Convention Center. It's been 5 months now for us, and we've logged in 20 weddings already, and we're targeting close to another 10 more this year. In our first year of operation, which is a phenomenal number. Now what Rajasthan has and what I've experienced is Atithi Devo Bhava. This does not exist in any other state, and I've felt it so profoundly and so closely. The word G, if you see, is very much colonial to Rajasthan. Everyone talks with so much of respect with each other that when these guests are coming for show rounds in our hotels, they are falling in love more than the buildings. They're falling in love with the teams. They're falling in love with the connect that we are able to create. And this is actually very special to Rajasthan. The food, for example, that we serve is second to none in the country. No one offers the kind of hospitality any other city which Rajasthan does and Jaipur does specifically. When we're talking to a customer, and I've worked in almost every city in the country, we would have a list of don'ts. ये चीजें आप नहीं कर सकते. But in Jaipur, I've seen, especially with all the hotels, including ourselves, we don't have a list of don'ts. We only have a list of do's. Don'ts है ही नहीं. तो अगर कहीं हमारा कोई भी मैनेजर कहीं फंस जाता है, तो हम उनको ये बोलते हैं कि आप ये बताइए 3 सोल्यूशन देंगे, और अगर 3 सोल्यूशन नहीं है आपके पास गेस्ट को देने के लिए, तो आप हमसे कनेक्ट करिए. We will tell you what to do. You will not say a no to the guest. And all the showrooms, like I said, that we've done internationally as well as a few local guests who've come in, they have very explicitly mentioned to us. So I think the weather is perfect, the way we're promoting is perfect. The winter season, you don't get that anywhere else in the country the way you get it over here. Every venue in Rajasthan, in Jaipur, during the peak period is packed. So this is already a testament that how good a state it is when it comes to destination weddings. Yes, there is the international market that we want to capture, but I think the real market that we need to capture is the tier 2, tier 3 cities who are really dying to come and do weddings in Jaipur. And I think that is what is picking up, that is what we are seeing, because you have only a limited number of heritage hotels in Jaipur or Rajasthan. Everyone's looking for a 170 plus key hotel, number one, that's a criteria. You must have different venues to facilitate a really good wedding. And a hotel like ourselves, where it may not be a heritage hotel, but because of the multiple spaces we have, you can create those environments within the hotel itself. So I think these are very, very important to drive weddings, be it international or be it local, within the country to Jaipur.
Thank you so very much. Very interesting what you said. My question to you, Rahul sir. Innovative digital marketing strategies that have been successful in promoting Rajasthan as a wedding destination. So what improvement do we expect or more we can do about it?
Thank you for the question, sir. Good evening, ladies and gents, and thank you for this opportunity here. Sir, I mean, first of all, probably I'm the one which is the latest entrant into the Jaipur market as compared to the panel sitting here. So, with fresh pair of eyes, I've seen a lot in the 6 months that I've spent in Jaipur, and I think जब आप marketing की बात करते हैं, sir, what stands out and what should still remain the core is what is the authenticity of what Jaipur and Rajasthan hospitality is all about. And I think since we're talking about weddings, the most important word which comes into my mind from weddings point of view is what we get to see as manuhar. ये जो manuhar जो हमें यहाँ की शादियों में देखने को मिलता है, जैसे कि मनुज ने बताया, अशोक जी ने बताया कि जब हमारे गेस्ट आते हैं, सबको पता है इतना लाविश बुफे है, इतना लाविश सेटअप है, बट उनको पूछ के कौन एडवाइस कर रहा है कि क्या खाना है, क्या नहीं, क्या चीज़ अच्छी है, क्या चीज़ नहीं है, जो यहाँ की एक बहुत बड़ी यूएसपी है. तो अगर मार्केटिंग करनी है तो उस चीज़ों की करनी है जो कि बाकी जगह नहीं है. अच्छा सेटअप हर जगह हो सकता है. आज के दिन वी हैव गॉट immense event planners who can create what you want under the sun wherever you want. But जो हार्डवेयर क्रिएट होता है उसको चलाने के लिए जो सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए वो ट्रेडिशनली यहाँ पे दिखता है. और वो जो हॉस्पिटैलिटी की मार्केटिंग अगर होगी, बिकॉज दैट टचेज योर हार्ट मोर देन एनीथिंग एल्स. सो आई थिंक अगर हमें मार्केटिंग को करना है तो वो अपने रूट्स को दिखाना है. बिकॉज आज के दिन वेडिंग कम्युनिटीज़ जो है इट इज़ ड्रिवन बाय प्रोमिनेंटली वन कम्युनिटी विच इज़ मारवाड़ीज़. और मारवाड़ीज़ का ओरिजिन कहाँ से है, वो यहीं से है. तो अगर उनको वापस लेके आना है या फिर इस इंडस्ट्री को और बड़ा बनाना है, अगर हम वो दिखाएं कि जो आपके पूर्वजों ने यहाँ पे देखा था और आपने एक्सपीरियंस किया था वो हम देने को तैयार है, तो आई थिंक द बैटल इज वन. एंड दैट्स व्हाट स्पीक्स आई थिंक व्हेन यू से मार्केटिंग बाय द हार्ट. So sir, that's where.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Just the thought has come to my mind that when our Prime Minister had said wedding in India and destination weddings should take place in India, at the same time, right from 2014 when he became Prime Minister, he's been talking a lot about cleanliness also. And I noticed one thing around at Rambagh, there was an area which was a dump yard earlier, and you have created a heaven there now, and that is really generating a big revenue there. So can we discuss about eco-friendly waste management or something like that for the places also when it comes to the weddings? So that's also a very important aspect of it.
As I mentioned that age group, what we're getting mainly to millennials, and they're very conscious about eco-friendly or sustainability kind of the offering it. By having it practicing those, we can definitely demand the premium. But that has to be a flavor of authenticity that needs to come. So today we're talking about the plastic free, I can see the water bottle which is lying here. They've been opting a lot. I was surprised to see that there was a wedding and then people said that the food was left. They said we don't want to throw in the dustbin, we want to donate. And I was surprised to see the young people, they've been talking about this one. So it's like today we are sitting here, we can sit in the central air conditioned hall inside, but sitting it outside, it's a different feeling altogether. So the reason behind for us to create that, because when you're looking for the beaches, coastal area, and we're looking for the palaces, the endeavor was to make it minimalistic. It's not make it such a opulent and the cover of the facade that people comes for it. After the COVID, we realized the world has moved from indoor to outdoor. Now today, one of the success for the outdoor, from as compared to big boxes, the resort is more successful. The reason is why a resort is more successful. The people are looking not for the volume, but we're looking for the value over the volumes. So my realization is the people who's coming to Rajasthan, they're looking for the experience. They're willing to pay for the luxury, but they also demand for the luxury. And the more and more practices we're trying to include and plug in, okay, that will really help us to bring the many more, the international traffic coming to here. Because the new trend which I see, the people who comes here, okay, the bride is Korean, all right, and the groom is South Indian. So the amalgamation of the different traditions, all right, require the different breathing space. You cannot put under one roof and say that, okay, that overnight will get along and get acquainted for each other. You're growing the vegetable. You're growing is actually, it's like today we're talking about millet or many other things also. So that is the part of, I think the culinary experience is also changing it. The people are looking more on wellness and mindfulness. That is, you only can provide it outdoor locations. You can't provide it inside the big boxes. So that was the intent to create or something. And another one is to create the different venues also at the same time. You can't have a breakfast, lunch and dinner at the one venue or like for the next 2 days and 3 days. You want to feel that you are in different locations while you are in premises, even for the 2 days and 3 days. I think that was the endeavor to create that.
Thank you so very much. Thank you. Mahavir, in your experience, what are the primary challenges faced by wedding planners and stakeholders when organizing wedding in Rajasthan?
For the entire Rajasthan?
Entire Rajasthan.
Yeah, what are the different challenges? Obviously Jaipur is very well connected across the world. It has probably the best infrastructure that is required to do weddings. So I think that we are blessed. While we are struggling in terms of budgets for weddings going way above, with pressure, moral pressure, other pressures to the uber rich to do weddings in India, and the budgets being budgets, the hotels increasing their budget, we are facing challenges on reduction in, minimalistic is a great word, but वो करीब 10-15 लोगों के पेट पे लात मार देता है जो फूल पत्ते और वो लगाने वाले हैं, it sounds good. I wish minimalistic, the rates were also minimalistic. I think it is, the point I'm trying to make is that we make money on what we do, by being creative, by being good at presentations, by trying to make the experience as seamless as possible, and we're connecting the hotel with the logistics, with the decorator, with the performing artists that come and perform during the wedding. So there's multiple things that we're trying to connect everyone. Now, if one tree out of the whole bagicha suddenly grows too big, whether too tall, it will fall. If it grows too wide, it will kill everything under it. So if we struggle, we have to grow collectively. And that is where I think there is, and this is, thank you for inviting all of us here together. We need to stick together, brainstorm and grow collectively, because one vertical cannot grow without the other vertical. I mean, I can't expect tour operators to grow for inbound and outbound not grow, because everything has to grow together. Otherwise, if everyone comes to India, then there's no cost parity in hotel prices and stuff like that. So I think this is a big challenge. I think there will be a correction, and I've said that many times. I'm not saying the prices will come down, but there will be months that will be low, but overall budgets will come down. You will make money when you need to make money, which is fine. So that is one big challenge I think we're heading this year, and I think May, June, August, September are those 4 months that everyone, all of us, I mean, we can't make money if you're not full and vice versa. So that is where the challenge is. I love my Chomu, Samor, Mandawa, Khimsa, Pushkar, Dighi. I love all these places. I think we should explore these as destinations also. 50 rooms, 100 rooms. I think, again, the heritage hotels have to come here also. Again, I'm telling you, if once Rambagh gets full, then the next hotel and the next hotel, water has to trickle down to the bottom of the pyramid. If it does not get, then we don't get more revenues coming into Rajasthan. Aspirational, unless I sell a Maruti 800, I will not be able to sell a Lexus or a Mercedes. You have to understand that everyone has aspirational arts. I'll go to the next step higher. But let's get the Punjabis, the Sindhis, and not just the Marwadis, Rahul. We have the South Indians, we have to get the middle class. Arshad mentioned that. We have to get everyone into Rajasthan. I mean, it's not about me making money, you making money, or anyone else making money. If Rajasthan has to grow, these challenges have to be overcome. Seamless connectivity between all these heritage properties. Bikaner is a beautiful place, but what do they get? Nothing. The prices are different. Forget Bikaner and Jaisalmer and Khimsar. Delhi Road is different from Tonk. Pray why? I mean, the Le Méridien and the Taj Amir and the Intercontinental and the Novotel, price differential. This logic, so we have to grow. I fail to understand that all of us here sitting will survive. But it's not just Arshad, me and 10 others sitting here. There are at least 1,000 other event planners who are doing weddings in the park, in the mohalla, in so many wedding banquet halls on the Jaleh Road in Mansarovar. They will come to the smaller hotels. We are not doing anything collectively for that. So those are the challenges I feel, because we are growing in isolation. We are growing as a small group. We need to grow collectively, and that's my thought, is the biggest challenge going forward for Rajasthan. We are just letting it be, leaving it to the nature and environment. जब होगा तब हो जाएगा. यहाँ नहीं मिलेगा तो वहाँ चला जाएगा. वहाँ नहीं मिलेगा तो वहाँ जाएगा. That's my point that I'm trying to make.
Very rightly, very beautifully said, and we have to take everybody together. That's what we are working on. We are trying to bring all our small and big associations together so we can all grow together. And rightly said, if they are small players and you take them along with you, they will definitely grow. You have got so much of work, and if you distribute your work to those small players, then when they will come to see a bigger hotel and wedding there, it will be an exposure for them. And they can really grow there. Very nice. What is your take on it?
Okay, so talking about, I'll just add to what you just mentioned about sustainability and taking people along. I'll give you an example of what we are doing at Novotel Jaipur Convention Center and JECC. So when a wedding happens at our place, we start with the arrival, and that's a ceremony for us. For all other hotels in different cities across the country, it is, I have to give check-in to the guest. That is the thought. For us, this is an experience. I have 7 check-in and check-out counters, 2 different lobbies. And we create this Kachi Godi and local dance troupe, they come in to play. And this is on us. We don't charge the guests. It's all built into the room rate or whatever else that you may call it. That's the experience where we are encouraging the local community to come in, right? There is an experience that we offer. One of the lunches is Maa Ki Rasoi, where it is exactly organic, sustainable cooking, cooked by local people, the local community. We get them in and they are cooking. They get showcased. By doing this, it is an experience that we are creating which is second to none. Number one. Number two, the local community now is getting engaged. There is, at breakfast, there is we get these 3 santoors, Claire, and there is a Ravana Hatta, which is a famous Rajasthani instrument. That's where it began. So we get these players who come and play in the morning at breakfast. Now they get involved as well. So this is how hotels like ourselves are adding to the community. Talking about sustainability, we are working on a chef's garden model, wherein in a wedding, all the salads and these vegetarian experiences will be from our home-grown kitchen. We can't help it. We have 42 acres of land and we need to utilize it to the best of our ability.
I think sustainability is in the core of everything that we have to do from now. I mean, whatever we take, we need to return, because it's not only for us, it's for the future as well, as we speak, because we all have to leave a better place for the future behind us as we move on. I think sustainability has already started in the core of everything, and since the awareness is at an all-time high, not only amongst us as the hoteliers, as best practices, the guests who are coming to us, they want to know where the sourcing is happening from, what is going behind the scenes in our kitchen. We've had guests who are walking into our kitchens to not only see what's happening, but also cooking, because sometimes they also want to showcase us as hoteliers what they can do best. Whether it's been the careful sourcing that we're talking about, the project on water bottles that we are now heavily investing into our STP plants, where the water is being recycled, and almost all the hotels are being a zero liquid discharge unit, so that can also be given back to the society. To also, telling the guests that there is no way forward apart from this. In fact, I think even the event companies, the amount of setup that they're doing right now, most of them are recyclable, most of them are being reused, so that's also not going back to where we are. Our toiletries in the bathrooms have become bulk, and they are also completely being made from virgin plastic, so that thing goes back to landfills. It's broken down into finer components, again being reused into the same bottles coming back to us. So I think as hoteliers and as an industry, we become a lot more aware, conscious, and a lot more practical in what we are doing as far as that is concerned. Again, we are looking at an economy where India would overtake a lot of global countries as far as having billionaires are concerned. In fact, I think the official count would be at around almost 200 billionaires in the country by 2027, which will be a growth of almost 21% coming to where we are currently standing. Now, when we have such high disposable incomes at place, these guests are going to tell us one clean thing, that we are not going to compromise on our values, and tell us how you are going to give us back in terms of value for money. So that's what we are preparing for. I think talking about industry and event companies coordination, as a company we have a very strong forum which is called Wedding Diaries by Hilton as well as Khushiyan by Hilton. They are our flagship programs across the chain that we have, and we would be doing these marketing events very soon across the country as a whole, where what we can showcase to the guests who want to do weddings in the future is the platform. And the setups are one part of it. All the sustainability that we are actually doing, they'll actually get a first-hand experience, which actually helps them to make that decision all the more easier. So that's where we are, and that's where we are focusing right now.
Thank you, Ravi. What I feel that it is very, very important that more and more weddings come to Rajasthan, and Rajasthan grows big way. And for that, I think we should work with government also. The government representatives also sitting here with the What personally I feel that very important aspect of wedding tourism is the transportation also. And we don't have great transportation in Rajasthan. Whenever there are big weddings, the big transports are coming from Delhi. And why they are coming from Delhi? Because there are no taxes there, road tax, and here we have got such a big tax here. So jointly also we'll take a representation to the government and ask government for better weddings here, big weddings here. We must improve on the transportation here. Therefore, we should make at least Rajasthan 5 years or 10 years free tax for the transport, so that we can have more and more Volvo coaches come to Rajasthan, station in Rajasthan. We don't have to ask each time to Delhi or Ahmedabad to send coach here. I just realized that some of our friends here are having Rosa, Ramzan period is on, and Rosa Iftar time is there. So we will conclude this session here. So thank you very much, everyone. And I request our Senior Vice President, Shri Surinder Singh sir.
So, before we conclude, let me clarify what we mean by minimalistic and sustainability. Minimalistic is keeping the essence of the property and appreciating the rich heritage, history and traditions. Therefore, the people is coming to us. The minimalistic is that is not putting the lavish kind of buffet, but have a more live station. So you reduce the wastage of food. minimalistic is also that reduce the carbon footprint, sourcing from local and creating more employment rather than getting a things. We are recommending a lot of people that why you getting it, the event guy from all the way from the Delhi, Bombay and Chennai, why don't you take the people who are living local here, at least 50%. That will reduce the carbon footprint. We also trying to at least to add more, I know it is debatable, but EV vehicles in a fleet of cars. So I think that minimalistic is not about what sense on sustainability, but securing the future, all right, and preserving heritage. Like today, the biggest challenge I see it today, the scarcity of the train. You said Atithi Devo Bhava, but we do not need a cage bird who doesn't understand the hospitality. Because people who's coming all the way from different locations, you can have a nice padhar, great food. But what about having those people? So we're investing a lot. The ISL is taken in that we're going to train 100,000 people in India, all right, to promote the tourism. So we need to have at least senior skill, but that is how we're going to create the job. Our wedding industry itself is giving a job opportunity to 10 million people. We want to extend to 50 or 20 million. So I think there's a lot of the thing which is behind the creating it. And towards the end is that not to compromise with the quality. Because the day you started becoming, making money is easy. I don't think it's difficult. But making money in a responsible way, I think is more important for all of us. Thank you.
Just to add to what Ashokji is saying, it just comes to my mind. We're talking about EV. We have an EV charging station. We are 4 months into the hotel opening. What I'm trying to say is hotels today and companies today, including owners, are really focused towards this aspect of our business and they are moving forward. Veganism, vegetarianism is on the rise, and in fact, we were 3 months yet just to open and we were told, do you have a vegetarian kitchen? We reached out to our owners, we reached out to our corporate office and we created a vegetarian kitchen separately. So all our vegetarian food for Jain guests is cooked in a separate kitchen. This is adding, towards what Ashokji is saying. Local farming. We all have heard about Lavazza, standard cookie cutter coffee bean company. A lot of hotels, a lot of owners are today coming up and sourcing their beans from the farmers directly. And there is a company out of Jaipur which is actually doing it, sourcing directly from farmers, and then they're roasting these coffee beans in Jaipur. And they're selling it to quite a few hotels, and we are one of them. So these are small ways in which we are trying to contribute as well.
Of course I want to speak. See, I understand. See, you said 2 words and I picked on one. I should have picked both the words and clarified. You said minimalistic and millennials. These millennials are very stubborn. I can't sell them minimalistic if they want over the top. And I can't sell them over the top if they want minimalistic. Our goal is to bridge the gap. What I'm trying to say, what I took from this thing is while minimalistic is what minimalistic is what everyone loves. I love because, obviously your hotel is beautiful, but there are times, we're not using flex, we're using canvas. I can give you 20 examples where we are going biodegradable, sustainable, environment friendly. We are suggesting go in buses, the buses are better. We're doing all of that. My point I'm trying to make is that we are just trying to bridge the gap. And what happens is in minimalistic, the creative designer gets a lot of money. But the quantum of work gets shifted to other smaller hotels, and which is fine. I don't want to argue with the bride and the groom because they decide what they want. I don't decide. For me, we charge a fixed, all planners charge a fixed fee. Beyond that, it's the cost of goods that they want to be delivered, and we deliver. If they want Rambagh, we'll give them Rambagh. They want any other hotel, it doesn't really matter. My point is that my idea was to take everyone together. While the hotel rates have gone up 40% year on year, the other allied industries have not gone. I think there should have been a gradual increase. I think some hotels can afford to charge because they were probably being undersold and they did not taste the wedding industry. But there are many hotels who were already doing that and they are taking advantage. I'll give you an example and I'll not name a hotel. I am doing a hotel, Rambagh wedding. I need 200 rooms. I'll go 50 rooms to Hilton, to Holiday Inn, to ITC. They will not give me CP. They will give me AP. Now imagine that. Is that logical? Is that logical? No. But they will, because that is the day of the Sava. They would rather get a wedding on AP basis. And I understand their problem also. But it's just that taking advantage of the situation in industry is not fair. That is what I meant, and I'm not blaming one hotel or the other. We're all in here, and the biggest elephant in the room is the revenue manager. I hope there's no revenue guy sitting here. Because that is where I have disagreement with the hotel industry, because they're not seeing logic, they're not seeing the plight of a sales team, because they have to justify a June and a May and an August and September also from people like us or tour operators. And they're not making their work easy. And that's where I'm trying to be fair to every department of the hotel also, with all due respect. Now you can respond, sir.
So, what I'm trying to say is that millennials today, now, we have seen the big fat weddings, 1,000 packs. Now we have seen the trend which is average about 250 to 350. But they're willing to pay the same price. They're not negotiating it. So the question is that whether millennials have a propensity to spend or not, because today the spend on the jewelry is reduced by 36%. They're looking for the artificial jewelry, they're looking for the rental jewelry. Why they're looking for it? Because they're drifted away from the traditions. They are looking to purely the experience, and this is the lifetime experience. Today the bride is the main decision maker when it comes to the wedding. They call equality, inclusivity, which is becoming a very, very important. Alright, there's a new segment, LGBT or whatever it is which is coming up now. So that's my point. Our ADR is improved, thanks to event guy. But 60% issue by you taking it. So we want to put a round of applause to you. Thank you.
हम 2, 4, 5 जनों को देखिए 60% पे पहुंच रहे हैं, ज़्यादातर 60% वाले नहीं हैं। देखिए मैं इसके अंदर बात करूँ, हम में से कुछ पैनलिस्ट जो हैं वो अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ फॉर राजस्थान पे बात कर रहे हैं। कुछ लोग खुद की इंडिविजुअल जो उनका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर उस पर बात कर रहे हैं। मेरे ख्याल से पैनल का जो उद्देश्य है वो ये है कि हम सबको कलेक्टिवली किस तरीके से राजस्थान को आगे लेके जाना है। उसके अंदर डेफिनेटली जिसका जैसा आप किस जगह बैठे हैं वो बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है। आप रामबाग पैलेस में बैठ के या नोवोटेल में बैठ के जो चीज़ बेच सकते हैं शायद किसी और होटल में जो आप जिए होंगे, प्लीज़ डोंट टेक मी अदरवाइज, नहीं बेच पाएंगे। तो आपसे गुजारिश ये है कि जब आप उस जगह हों तो आप उसके हिसाब से बैलेंस बनाएं और इंडस्ट्री पूरी टूर ऑपरेटर्स के रूप में मेरे जैसे लोग भी हो, मेरे बहुत सारे साथी हैं जो 10 लाख रुपए की वेडिंग करते हैं, वो भी हो और सब इक्वली ग्रो करें, सबकी अपॉर्चुनिटीज एक साथ हों और आपका रेवेन्यू मैनेजर भी खुश रहे, मुझे उससे भी कोई गुरेज नहीं। थैंक यू।
इसके लिए अपन टॉक शो रखते रहेंगे, चर्चाएं करेंगे और भी ज़्यादा। अभी हम सिर्फ 2 प्रश्न ले पाएंगे। तो एक प्रश्न तो सुरेंद्र सिंह जी माइक लेके बैठे, तो आप सुनाएं। आप सीनियर वाइस प्रेसिडेंट FHTR।
नमस्कार, आई एम सुरेंद्र सिंह फ्रॉम शाहपुरा and I run a small heritage hotel in Pani Park, that is Shapra House, and few hotels in Rajasthan. My suggestion and my question is to Harshad ji and Sharma साहब, महावीर जी, इस बड़ी जो शहर हैं, जो मेट्रो सिटीज़ हैं, बिग सिटीज़ हैं, इसको भी छोड़ के थोड़ा आप ग्रामीण की तरफ क्यों नहीं आते? रूरल सेक्टर में आप लोग क्यों नहीं आते? जो समस्याएं यहाँ डिस्कस हो रही है, ट्रैफिक की, कंजेशन की, वो सब सॉल्व हो जाएगी। I am from IHHA, member of Heritage Hotel Association of India. We have got around 200 hotels in Rajasthan. The names which you have taken just now, around 4 or 5 hotels, their story is around 40-50 years. They have come in this, they started with the inbound. Gradually they grew up and now they have become more of event-based properties. Sir, I want to tell you one thing. Every owner of our heritage property does not have that deep a pocket where he can go and invest so much. My request would be that if accommodation can be made, accommodation can be arranged in tents, luxury tents, somehow like that, we guarantee you that the culture and essence what he'll get in those rural villages will be much more than what you get in a city. That I can guarantee.
Like we got in Daryavat the other day.
Myself and Gurdeep Singh ji Sahab, we had gone to attend a marriage in Daryavat. The highlight was the palace, but the entire accommodation was in tents, and those people had put around 150 tents there. The entire village was there. The revenue went to the rural traders, and the benefit was also given. You know, it is just not one marriage. What benefit you are giving to the vendors here? I would request that you should work on these types of properties which have the character in that property, where we can go, you can go, and you can see logistic is important, airports are important. I think a little bit needs to be worked on.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you, even in my first this thing, I mentioned that, and I think I am absolutely in sync with you, because these experiences can be created in a much better way, more sustainable, more organic, more natural, whatever adjective that we want to use in these places. But what happens is, as I was talking, it's a pyramid. Bombay, Calcutta, Bangalore will come into a wedding in Udaipur, Jaipur. It is the Jaipur that has to be marketing and going to Shekhawati or other areas. You know, it's a pyramid of sorts. A Bombay person will not go to Mandawa, they will, or Pushkar or whatever else, or Swami Madhopur. We have to work in, and that's where marketing is needed, and the government of Rajasthan needs to work on it, that while city is getting crowded and all of us are, you know, creating a roadblock on certain roads, we need to go out and do a 25, 40, 50 room weddings in these places and get that experiences, and we are willing to work with you, and that is what the idea of this conference at the beginning of this discussion is, because again I'm repeating, no one will grow if one person or one vertical grows. All of us have to grow together, and we as an event industry are absolutely okay to work with you.
वन मोर मैं ऐड करना चाहूँगा इसमें, हमारे पास जो क्लाइंट आ रहा है वो माइंड मेकअप के साथ में आ रहा है कि मुझे इस शहर में शादी करनी है। हमने डाइवर्ट करने, मेरी पिछली 10 वेडिंग की आबाद करें तो मैंने 2 पुष्कर में भी किए, एक सवाई माधोपुर में किए, लेकिन हमारा जो क्लाइंट आ रहा है वो बिल्कुल माइंड मेकअप के साथ आ रहा है, 1 या 2 शहर को पॉइंट आउट करता रहा कि हम लोग यहाँ करना चाहते हैं। और बहुत सरप्राइजिंग तो है कई बार कि वो राजस्थान के हेरिटेज की बात करता है, लेकिन कई बार कॉस्टिंग की और वजूहत से वो गोवा शिफ्ट हो जाता है, तो उसका हेरिटेज से जो मोहब्बत है वो सडनली कम हो जाती है उसकी, वो उसका रीज़न कुछ भी हो। तो इस तरीके की चीज़ें तो हमारा क्लाइंट जो आ रहा है वो माइंड मेकअप के साथ आ रहा है, वो हमें बहुत खुशी होगी हम आप लोगों के साथ काम करेंगे। डेफिनेटली आप लोग राजस्थान की शान है।
ज्ञान जी आपका प्रश्न है?
Sir, I would just like to add in, if you don't mind, sir. There was a very valid question that you had asked me about marketing. Sir, I think with this millennial mindset that now the guests that have, they are actually open to any kind of experience as long as it is marketed well and it's out there in the forum for them to see and experience. I mean, we just spoke about how well that Jaipur has been marketed, for that matter of fact. कुछ साल पहले तक मेरे ख्याल से कोई नहीं सोचता होगा कि जामनगर में शादी होगी, आज हो रही है, और Amani family is leading it. Amani family is leading it by example, and I'm sure a lot of weddings will follow after that suit. अगर बस उन destinations की जो आप बात कर रहे हैं उसको अगर marketing के through आगे लाया गया और उसको create किया गया, I don't think so people will be absolutely adverse to experiencing that and taking that leap ahead. So that's where I would like to add.
Thank you. Gyan Prakash ji, you have a question?
Thank you very much, Kuldeep ji, for giving me an opportunity. I am honored to be here amongst you all, and I see that major groups of the hotels and organizers are here who represent the international brands. Well, I think the point which we are discussing here is the opportunity for Rajasthan in the weddings. And wedding destination is one of the important segment for Rajasthan. Well, I just take you through for 2 minutes that when I was here in 2005, when the study was done and I was there with the government of Rajasthan, there was a 2,500 room shortages which was digged out, and today we are still short. You can imagine the kind of brands and kind of hotels which have come up. So you can see the scarcity and the demand which is generating, and without going to the one, but I can say that I am also working for Viksit Bharat, which is Rajasthan 2047, which is going to be 100th year of our independence. Now there is a paper being prepared, and yes, tourism is one of the very important topics. I was there because there is a Niti Aayog has been given this work to do and present a paper when the new government comes. And I am one of the person there to get them from Rajasthan to work, and we had our recent workshop. Well, with that, I would only say that I would put this question to not only one person, but three of you. Who answers? That's your this thing. Maybe Ashok, who is the senior host and things like that. The one is that how do you see tourism and wedding destination Rajasthan for 2047 and how the game plans have been given. The other thing is that you know that Modi ji has set a plan that 2030, 5 trillion is going to be there, and by 2047, India is looking for third position in the world for the economic. So how do you see, because we have to plan ahead. I know the hotel industry or hospitality industry have been planning from in the past, season to season, then month to month. Now the things have gone in a different way, where it's all 12 months with the season is going on. So I think the point which I would like to request and like to know that how do you look 2047 plan for Rajasthan, so that the government of Rajasthan also prepares accordingly to be prepared to meet out the challenges which you are facing, because it has to be, yes, the event companies and the hotel industries need to go hand in glove. The other thing is that they are bringing the customers to you, and all customers are not equal. The 5 figures are not equal in the hand. So what happens is that the customer to customer, the needs are met, and with wedding they try to sell the highest, but yes, they have the limitations with the customers also. So that's how you would like to meet, and how do you see that if there is going to be shortage, how are you going to meet them, please?
Okay, so
thank you.
Thank you, Yangi. We are in sync with the government of India. We're talking about Viksit Bharat. Now, our currently GDP, which is about $3.54 trillion, and which is going to hit, it's about $10 trillion. We'll have the many more airports, which is on development. Aviation is going to boom. The infrastructure development which is happening every year, we're adding about 14,000 kilometer infrastructure, which is coming up now. In Jaipur itself, let me talk about, and I'll move to Rajasthan. Now, we realize that there's an exponential growth in terms of the tourism. We're not relying it. So what used to be Rajasthan, which is about seasonal destination, now it is converted for the 12-month running. So the 6 month is added more into the economy, and the creating is more vibrant, or like for flexibility for anybody who comes to Rajasthan. You have to choose to have a wedding as per your convenience. So that is not about Hindu, but there is a different who do not follow this auspicious days. Now we will be working, shifting our gear for baby boomers to millennials. Now we are preparing our next one with the Generation G. Alright. Now by the time Generation G in 2047, okay, they'll be ready to get married. So we'll be working that what would be requirement for the generations. Alright, the spending power, how that will happen. In Jaipur, we've been talking about that Rampark, everybody cannot afford it. We created a Jamel. We have a Samay Manmel, we have a Devi Ratan, we have a Taj Amir. So we're adding, and our idea is to have it in only in the Jaipur. We'll have it in the next 2 years, 1,500 rooms. Now what used to be about 78 rooms, we're talking about only in Rajasthan is adding, which is creating close to 5,000 or 6,000 rooms. Okay, we've been venturing into coming into the area which is uncharted. It's not been explored at optimal level. We're the first one has moved to Northeast. Okay. So that will be the same way what I talk about Shekhawati is the one. We have said that Udaipur, Jodhpur, Jaipur have reached, today I'm sure there's a crisis, reach on the threshold limit. There's a lot of issues which are there. Like places, Sapura, any other places. So we're moving to Tier 2 and Tier 3. So people do not have to come to metro. Alright, they have ease of convenience, alright, for them to afford at convenience and hold it. So I think that's the roadmap we have for 2047. Idea is also to plug in sustainability part of it. Now currently, NRI, the business which is coming to India is only about $2 billion. We want to take to at least from the $2 billion to $10 billion because India is there overseas also. So I think it's the cascading effect will come, but the time is going to come now. Okay. So,
excuse me, sir. So, sir, one question. Sir, I am from academia. All are here and industry expert. I belong. My name is Dr. Ajay Bharadwaj. I am coordinator for BBA Event Management, and I am with my students of BBA Event Management. So my question is to Arshad sir and Pratap sir, that how we can create the opportunities for internship, and how you want the students, those who are studying BBA Event Management, ready for such events and for the event industry which you are working on, because this entire session and talk is about event management and especially wedding events. So how you see and how we can bridge the gap between the academia and all the industry experts who are sitting. How you want these students to be groomed up or trained up, and how we can contribute, or is there any portal where we can get idea about that, they can get the internship opportunity where they can attend the live wedding and all?
We got the question.
Thank you, sir.
भारद्वाज साहब, आपको सही रास्ता ढूंढना पड़ेगा. मेरे ऑफिस में 7 समंदर पार से लोग आते हैं ट्रेनिंग लेने. अभी भी एक फिनलैंड से इंटर्न थी, तो वो रास्ता आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा. और एक इसके लिए प्रोफेशनल मैन पावर की हमारी इंडस्ट्री में बहुत ज़्यादा कमी है. तो आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी की कहीं किसी की कोई परेशानी नहीं है. आप बात कीजिए 1-to-1 में. अभी बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो प्रोजेक्ट बेसिस पे या फिर मंथली या हाफ ईयरली बुलाते हैं इंटर्न्स को अपने यहाँ. तो वो आपके इंस्टीट्यूट का मॉड्यूल क्या उस पर ज़्यादा डिपेंड करता है. तो डेफिनेटली अभी हम लोग बात कर लेंगे, आपकी समस्या का समाधान हो जाए.
Hello. Thank you so much. What an enlightenment session. Indeed, can I have huge round of applause for this beautiful session. Now, without further ado, coming to an end, I would request Mr. Dipendra Rana, General Manager ITC, to please come here and share his insights.
Wow, what a evening. It's time like this, I become very thankful to ITC, to make me responsible and to stand here to thank all of you on behalf of ladies and gentlemen of ITC for coming here. So round of applause for all of you, please. Believe me, I'm a small town boy, middle class family. When I come here and I see this experience, the talk which is happening, the thought which is there. Ladies and gentlemen, on the panel we have the best hotel recognized by an independent entity, by TripAdvisor. He is the gentleman leading that team here. So please, round of applause for Ramba, please. It's an achievement. As a hotelier, we break our boundaries when we realize this, that it is getting recognized. When I came here about a year back, and this is what I keep telling sir, that we used to hear about Rajasthan. We are in a state where the industry status to our industry has been given. This is the first stage. I think that's hard work from all of you guys. So please, round of applause for all of you. On behalf of ITC Rajputana, all I can say is, we are, I should not be saying this, but this is a forum and I have to say, this is not a thought which is happening here in terms of what can, should not. I think what I have seen so far is a lot of thought being exchanged, which means that there is love, there is passion, and hospitality is all about that. I heard some question about some young person trying to join industry. How am I supposed to go there? Man, when I was at his level, I would have never stood up and asked a question. But that's a passion. That's for you. So, she indicated to me that आप जल्दी नहीं बोलना बोलते बहुत हो. But thank you, Amrita, for putting this together. She was after me. She wanted me to be on the panel. I kept telling her, thank you. You have the place with us. And I promised her, anytime you want to do that, we will give you the venue. We will have this done. And whenever you do this event with us, believe me, you will be supporting the environment. ITC Rajputana is the only carbon neutral, water positive hotel in the world. I mean, this is Yeah, so every time we come, it's all responsible luxury. It's something which we take home every day. ITC Hotels is one of the cleanest chain. Don't take it otherwise, but it is. And I get so amazed or so thankful for the fact that I have given this opportunity to thank all of you for coming to the hotel, give your points, sir. All the panel members who are here, giving their thoughts, all the guests who've come here and taken our time. I know it's just before the home team playing the Apple match with the Delhi Capitals. They were just here, so they've gone to the stadium. They was getting ready now, and hopefully, Rajasthan Royals wins. Right? With that, thank you so much for coming, and I thank you again. Thank you. Thank you.
Just for the knowledge of audience, I will share one thing. That foundation of FHTR, Federation of Hospitality and Tourism Rajasthan, was made in this hotel. Shri Sunil Gupta was the general manager there, and the vision of Shri Gyan Prakash ji, they put it forward to Sunil ji. And our first meeting, second meeting, 10th meeting, 12th meeting, everything happened here. And from here, we got our registration done also. So thanks ITC a lot for that. And most important thing we does today is that what happens that कि हमारे घर का बच्चा, हमारे घर का लड़का कभी कोई बड़ा करता है तो हम कई बार अवॉइड कर देते हैं. लेकिन आज मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ कि अशोक सिंह जी राठौड़ जो हैं, ये अपने घर के हैं. He's from Rajasthan. He's from here. 38 years in Taj industry, Taj Group of Hotels. And today he has taken the Taj Group in Rajasthan on a different level. And I will request everyone to give him a standing ovation because he deserves it.